camera, but I just finished therapy like an hour or two ago, and I thought, you know what, why not? Why not? So I have a new song called Queen of Swords coming out on the 8th of August. It would mean the absolute world to me if you guys could check it out. It'll be on the channel Awkward Confidence. I'll put all the description details down below. With that being said, I have to preference that not all of my readings will resonate with you. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't, and that's okay. Because some people get really pissed off with me. They're like, this is not true. This is not. It's not that what I'm saying isn't true. It just doesn't resonate with you. But trust me, it resonates with somebody out there, or else tell that to my 7.2K subscribers if it doesn't resonate with someone. Okay? Respectfully, humbly. Okay? So, what is the energy for Pisces for the month of August? What is the energy for Pisces this month? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, okay. Unite wants to come out. Oh, okay. This is on the verge of ripping. I need to take that back up. Okay, we have sacral chakra, twin flame. You guys are such a spiritual sign that I'm not surprised that twin flame came out, because twin flame rarely came out for anyone. Even soulmate, damn. You guys got twin flame, you guys got soulmate. Okay. I feel like if you're dealing with someone, okay. Okay. If you're dealing with somebody or you've just got out of a connection of some sort, I'm getting that this person, you may have this whole twin flame. So I feel, one second, guys, forgive me. I am so sorry, guys. That was like a long pause. I'm so sorry. It's because I heard my son ripping, and the thing is, with my son, my eldest son, he lacks so much awareness. He's 6, and he will find paper and he will just rip it up. He doesn't care if it's an important document. You could literally, when it comes to my son, you can't have nice things. Okay, he will destroy them, he will rip them, and you just have to be detached and just be okay with the outcome. Okay, so yeah, like I heard him ripping up something and I'm like, why do I feel like this might be important? And he's really big and tall, so he can like climb and find things. Even if you lock them, he can break the locks. He's very strong. He's literally like Goliath. So nothing really stays in this household. I miss really important documents and important announcements because he's ripped up all of them, and that's my life. But anyways, yeah, as I was saying, you guys may have this whole twin flame soulmate sort of dynamic with someone in the past, or not even in the past, it could even be still be going on. I'm getting that the lesson that is learned with this connection is pride. I feel like what's keeping someone from coming towards you, could be in separation with someone, is pride. Okay, we have pride under the twin flame card. So I do feel like what's keeping two people together is pride. It may not even be on your end, it may be on this other person's end. And I feel like you guys will be uniting with a soulmate. So this could even be pertaining to two people. You may be in separation from someone, and it could be an ending, and it could have been pride that contributed to that ending. And then I see you moving forward and be like, you know what, if you don't want me, you don't care about me, okay, fuck you, fine, I'm moving on. And then you may meet someone who's a soulmate, and this could be in next month. So not necessarily August, but you're just being told about this in August, but it may take effect a month from later. I also feel like some of you may be feeling a little bit jaded from your connection at some point, because we do have block and we do have sacral chakra, and your sacral chakra could be blocked. And the sacral chakra, if I'm not mistaken, is responsible for confidence. It's the gut area, right? So eat more yellow foods and like bananas and whatnot, squash. But there's just something that requires you to be assertive and brave, I guess, but you're feeling blocked off from it, so it's stopping you from making that. So this could be a self-esteem issue. Maybe you're being guided to end a connection with somebody who's very toxic for you, or just not good for you, or just you've outgrown, or just the connection has basically overstayed its welcome, and it requires strength to walk away from it fully because this person's prideful. But maybe that's what you're struggling to do because you still feel so connected to them. But I do see the moment you do let go, you're actually welcoming in a soulmate. And with a soulmate relationship, if I'm not mistaken, I don't really read up on this as much as I used to in the past, but from what I remember, soulmate connections are very easygoing, very easy. Like you never have to question someone's loyalty. Like you just trust them. Everything's like very lax. You play like children. Everything's just smooth sailing. And then sometimes it just ends and you're like, what the fuck? Like it can even end with something small, but it's like very plain smoothing, like easy going. But then twin flames are very intense. They're very rare. So I don't think many people have a twin flame. I think some people just kind of like misuse the term, but they're very intense and they teach us really painful lessons, similar to karmic relationships. But the difference is more intense than a karmic relationship. Karmic relationship feels like you may not even love the person, but you're stuck in a cycle that was made from a soul tie, and you just don't know how to get out. But they're conveniently there, so you're just like, why not? But then twin flame is like, no, like this person's in my thoughts, they're in my system, I can't breathe, I can't sleep, I'm obsessed with this person, and getting over them seems very, it's like a two-sided thing. It's not one-sided, like they're feeling it too. But yeah, but I feel like you're welcoming someone who's loyal, because this is at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like you are attracting somebody who is loyal. But I don't sense it's like the twin flame. I feel like it's more of the person who's trying to enter your life. Okay, so it may not resonate with everyone, so stay tuned though. So what's happening for August for my Pisces? Yeah, I did speak about endings. We have the Three of Swords, the Justice. Oh, I'm hearing karma. And the Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Ten of Wands. I'm hearing, I gotta go my own way. I feel like you guys are going to be putting down a lot of burdens. The Magician. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Wands. Oh, wait, is this the bottom or is this the bottom? We have the High Priestess. Okay, so this wasn't the bottom. This was just inverted. Okay. Pisces. I feel like you guys are gaining stability on your own. I do feel like if you were involved in a situation that felt like a twin flame, that felt like a toxic, outdone cycle, like something that needed to have come to an end ages ago, but you were dragging your feet as to actually putting it to an actual end, I feel like you guys are finally going to get the strength to do it. So this is a love reading, man. I try my best to stay away from love and focus on general, but love just pops up. But yeah, I feel like you guys are going to have a heart-to-heart discussion, but it's going to result in an ending. And the ending will be painful. It's not going to be smooth sailing, but it's like something that is needed to happen. It's something that is destined to happen. So you can't really fight it. And if you try and fight it, you're going to get yourself hurt. Okay? But what I'm getting here is with the Justice card, it's going to feel like a whole weight off your shoulders. And I know how this feels. I'm not a Pisces, but I remember when I broke up with the person I have children with, and every time like I would leave the situation, it wasn't hard. Like leaving them, I just knew I had to because I wasn't being treated with respect. I was actually being very abused, the whole relationship. The person ended up having to be put in jail for putting their hands on me. And every time I left this person, it didn't hurt. I felt free. I felt like a whole weight was lifted off my shoulders. It felt like the right thing to do. It felt like justice. And every time they come back into my life, I would feel on edge. I'd feel uncomfortable. I wouldn't even feel like this is safe. I wouldn't even feel love. Like sometimes I try and force myself to love people and be like, let me try and listen to some love songs and get into the mode of my relationship. But then I'd feel like it just doesn't feel the same. I don't feel the love. I feel a lot of abuse and a lot of mistreatment and a lot of distrust. And I don't feel comfortable in this relationship. I feel scared of this person. So every time I would leave them, I wouldn't have like Stockholm syndrome. I wouldn't feel like, yeah, I need to go back to this person. I would feel like I can actually breathe and I don't have to worry about this person anymore. I can just focus on myself and my children now. And every time I try and come back, I'm like, oh, then that's when the anxiety comes up. So I feel like you guys are going to be having this similar feeling where even if you feel drawn to this person, even if you feel like you need to be with this person, when you leave them, it won't hurt your feelings, but the pain comes from how you were treated. The pain comes from mourning of what could have been. Like we could have had it all. We could have been the perfect couple. We could have had this. But then you remember how you were treated and how you were done dirty, and then you're like, that shit hurts, and then you cry about it, and then even if they do come back and they want to be with you, it's like you don't want to be with them for the sake of being with them. It's like you want to be with them because you want the reality, or sorry, the fantasy in your head to be a reality. Like you want them to just get their shit together because you don't want to believe that someone can treat you so badly and it have no effect on you and have it be for no reason. So you're like, no, I need to make sense of this. Like we need to make it work, you know? But I feel like subconsciously you just know you needed to put things to an end. But I see you just becoming single and just focusing on yourself, and you're cultivating your own finances. You're getting into the mode of things, doing what makes you happy, spending time with friends, just doing you, learning how to love yourself and invest in yourself and putting yourself first, because maybe you haven't done that in a long time, Pisces. And I feel like you guys are just keeping to yourself. You're now trusting your intuition. Your intuition may have warned you about certain things. I feel like you guys are one of the most intuitive signs ever, but you may have ignored it in the name of love, in the name of, oh, but we have a twin flame connection, oh, but we have this thing going on, so I can't just end it. But your intuition may have told you needed to end it, you know? Sometimes spirituality is amazing, but it goes a long way to also use the logics, the intellect. You know, like with me, I'm a Gemini, so we're the twins. There's a side to us that's very spiritual. We understand these things, but there's also a side to us that is very intellectual, very logical. We're just like, okay, we love this person. Great. Is this person healthy for us? Is this person good for us? No. Okay, so we need to end it. You know, that's how the Gemini mind thinks. But I get with water signs, it's a lot harder. It's like I've invested so much of my energy, my love, my everything. I can't just throw it all away. I need to make sense of it spiritually, you know? Like, what's the lesson behind it, sort of thing. But I feel like because you're going to end up pouring into yourself and going through a process of healing and just being directly and honest with yourself, you're actually going to be attracting someone not that far away. I don't think you have to look for love. I feel like love is going to be coming towards you once you invest in yourself. And I always tell my friends, like, oh, leave the situation, you know, just love yourself. It's okay to be single. The right person will come. And they're just like, yeah, maybe you're right. You're right, Gemini. And then they leave and then like, oh, but why are they not chasing after me? Or why are they not, you know, wanting to make things work with me? And why am I not attracting love now? Like I'm single, I left the person. Where's the new love now? But it doesn't work that way. I feel like actions can lie, words can lie, but energy doesn't lie. So even if you say you're over someone or you've left a situation, you may be still attached to them energetically. And people sense this, so it makes them feel like, okay, I still have access into their life if I wanted to, right? But I feel like once you fully let go, and when I say fully, like fully as in like, I don't give a fuck about what this person is doing. I don't give a fuck what's going on in my life. I just want to move on and be happy. I want to invest in myself. I want to have tunnel vision for myself. I want to set goals for myself and I want to achieve them for myself. And I just want to be in this better space of mind where I don't need to chase a person or yearn for love when I can just focus on self-love, right? Once you've really stepped into that energy, that is when new love comes in, okay? But warning, you might get too comfortable being single to the point where you might even be afraid to try new love. Because that, I know that shit happens to me. It's like you're single, you're enjoying it, and it gets to a point where you're like, But now I love being single. Now I kind of don't want anyone, even though I may have wanted people at some point. Like now I'm comfortable being single. And that's what tends to happen, right? But really, I feel like it's just God protecting you, because then by the time you do fall in love, God is going to send that arrow, fling, it's going to hit your butt, and you're going to fall in love with someone who's meant for you, you know? But I feel like you won't have to wait very long, Pisces. I do get that vibe. So what does Pisces need to know for the month of August? What does Pisces need to know for the month of August? Okay, we have the World card, okay? Cycles are ending. Four of Wands. Seven of Cups. Nine of Wands. Five of Cups. Two of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Okay, well that took a turn. Let me clarify this Five of Cups. Oh, no, I don't need to clarify that actually. Okay. Okay, and the Justice at the bottom of the deck. Now it makes sense. Intuitively, it makes sense. I thought I needed to clarify, and I'm like, nah, actually, I don't. Okay, so you're putting anything that no longer serves you, something that you've outgrown, something that's already repeated in heartbreak, something that you've already learned a lot from. You're putting it to an end. The cycle is closing. You may have been in this eternal loop where we get together, we're not together. We get together, we're not together. We're together, we're not together, not. And then it gets to a point where you're like, I'm sick and tired of this. We already know how it goes. I'm getting tired of this. I know what I need to do. Everyone's telling me what I need to do. Everyone's telling me to move on, but I can't move on, but I need to move on. You could be looking at a lot of things on social media that are like empowering you to move on. And then eventually you're like, let me just move on. And it hurts. It's not easy. You know, like when boss bitches on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok be telling you, oh, leave that man, let that man go. It's not easy. Okay, they don't do it with ease. It's not like, yeah, blocked, you know, unless you do it before you develop attachments. But once you developed attachments, it's like, okay, it really hurts to let go, but it's needed to let go, right? It doesn't really hurt the person that didn't invest as much emotion. And I feel like you guys are just putting that to a rest, right? But with this Five of Cups and with the Four of Wands, you know what this speaks to me? This is saying that love, relationship, equal give and take, true love wants to come in. The moment you decide to be single and you're like, I'm done with love, I need to focus on myself, I'm hustling, I'm grinding, and that's what it is, that is when love wants to come in. True love. Can you imagine, Pisces? But you're lucky, Pisces, because we all have different destinies, different dates, different paths in life. Some people, it just happens quicker than others, right? You guys are very spiritual anyways, so I'm not surprised. A connection is going to come in. A new, happy, healthy, vibrant connection is going to come through the moment you decide that you want to be single and you're not going to romanticize everything and just focus on yourself. But the problem is, you're not going to be open to it, because you're going to be busy mourning the relationship or potential relationship or the potential connection that you had with someone else. You're going to be thinking, why didn't it work out? I really want this person back. But then the Two of Cups is like the good thing behind you. So you could be in this mode right now thinking, where is love? Like, I just want someone to love me correctly. And then finally you're like, okay, fine, let me be on my own. Let me love myself. Let me be independent. And then you start thinking about what went wrong with who you actually wanted to be with, that God sends you something better, but then you have your back turned to it because you're so focused on what went wrong. So you may feel like, oh, I have no interest in other people. I just want my twin flame, or I just want that person that I really, really had a strong connection to. But you're not going to be so focused. So you're not even going to see the blessing, even though God wants to bless you. So that's the only problem I see. But I feel like you're going to have many other options. So it's not even just one person, but I feel like one person is going to be a serious candidate. But I feel like the others is more like, oh, there are going to be other options. And you're going to be thinking, who should I go for now? I don't even know. What do I like? What don't I like? I don't even know. I can't even tell. Because some of you may desire marriage, but it's like you're still mourning a connection that happened with somebody else. And you're still thinking like, why didn't it work out? Especially you, water signs can be like that. Like you have a tough time letting go of someone, and you start to think like, why not me? Don't slip into these behaviors of like when you like someone, you figure out like, how do I make them like me, instead of coming to the conclusion that, okay, maybe they don't like me, that's fine, I'm gonna move on. You may be stuck in these circumstances where you're like, what do I need to do to change the circumstances, rather than just going where you're celebrated. I'm not saying you have to settle for people you don't like, but make sure that when you do like someone, go for someone who is mutually giving to you, but not just someone who you want but doesn't want you, or vice versa, someone who wants you but you don't want them. Like, keep your options open. But I feel like that's what's going to make you feel like, I don't even know who to choose anymore, because you're still going to have this energy of this other person in your heart space. And I think that's why it's so hurtful for you, because it's like, I can let go physically, but energetically, this person is still in my midst. And even if I am presented with other better offers, it's like you're blind to it. You're not going to be seeing it, because you're going to be so focused on what went wrong, instead of focusing on what could go right with someone else. You don't do it on purpose. It's subconscious, I understand, but that just is a sign that maybe you need to be on your own. You don't have to replace them with someone new in case you might hurt the new person. But all I'm saying is, you may be presented with options this month to have something better, but then you may not pay attention to it because you're so focused on what did not work out. But I feel like that's your good karma. But you're being advised to just remain single and cultivate goals into your life. And I feel like as you're working on yourself and remaining single, you're earning good karma. And then you do have a fire sign male who actually wants to strategically come towards you, but they're gonna come towards you and approach you in a very different manner. So I do feel like someone has their eyes on you, but you're not focused on them. You're just focused on what didn't work out with someone else. Okay. Because the past person, I feel like they were just very, I heard envy. I feel like this person was very problematic internally, prideful. They just came with a lot of issues, honestly. And I just feel like they would not have brought peace to your life. And even if you had peace, they would have destroyed it. Okay. But yeah, what advice do you have for Pisces? You're ready. I feel like this is, you're ready to move on. Like, you don't need to be like, do I need to hold space for this person? Do I need to really consider whether, I need to wait for this person? You're like, just saying you're ready to move on. You're ready for the next step in life. And luckily you guys are immutable signs. So out of all the water signs, you guys should be the best at handling moving on than a Cancer or a Scorpio. We have peaceful resolution. So I feel like you will come to terms with as to why things didn't work out. It will make itself clear and apparent to you as to why things could not work out with you and this past person. But you will make peace with it. It doesn't even mean that you make peace with them, but you'll make peace with the fact that you don't have to be with them anymore. Sorry, that was gross. I'm just wiping something off my lip. And we have ask for others from help. So I feel like you may be feeling alone at times. You may be feeling sad over situations, but you're being encouraged to ask help from other people. I'm getting more like advice. Even if it isn't physical asking, you could be watching podcasts or researching online ways to get over a breakup, or what to look for in a person, or stuff like that. But we have let go. There is definitely someone you just need to let go of. And I don't give a fuck if they send you mixed messages. Like, I don't give a fuck if they send you mixed messages. They make you feel special one day, then they make you feel irrelevant the next day, whatever. Like, if someone wants you, they will open their fucking gob and say, hey, Pisces, I want to be with you. And their actions will be consistent, okay? If they're not doing that, then there's nothing to be confused about. There's no such thing as a mixed message. It's like, after that, it's just like, nah, like, they're just someone who just doesn't know what they want because they have so many options, and you're just one of them. So the ideal thing to do is, if you are not serious about me and you don't know what you want, I'm going to go. Okay. I want to go where I'm respected and where I'm appreciated. The world is not running out of people. Okay. We are very, very populated. Okay. It doesn't work out of one person. There's someone else. Okay. Just remember that. What advice do you have for Pisces? We have deep cellular healing. Okay, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. Yeah, you guys are going through it. You guys are in healing mode, wondering like, oh, how do I get over this person? At least the good thing I sense is that you guys actually want to move forward and have a good life. You actually want to be independent and then eventually marry the correct person and have children and have a great, fruitful life. I'm not getting a sense of like victim energy where, Oh, woe is me. I'm the most unlucky person on this planet. Like, you're not feeling sorry for yourself. Like, you're very aware that you feel sad about a situation and that you want to be with someone, but you're also accepting of the fact that maybe this person isn't for you, and you're trying your best to move forward and make peace with that, but it's just hard. So it's like you guys are not delusional. You guys are very aware. We also have the courageous pioneer, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. I feel like some of you may resonate with the title introverted, or like you're very quiet. You may come across as someone who doesn't really put yourself out there. You may be shy, like even how you may find love. So some of you may find love using apps, using online, because talking to people in real life seems really daunting. But you're being encouraged to just be yourself. If you're the type of person, especially if you're a woman, if you're the type of person that's just like, oh, like, how do I impress this guy, or how do I get this guy to notice me, or what do I need to do to make this person like me? You may be that type of person if you're a woman, but you're being encouraged by spirit to just be yourself. Like, if you ask like very confident people who are very genuine and they love themselves, if you ask them, what do I need to do to make this person like me? They may tell you, just be yourself. And it's such a cliche, but it's so true, because you would rather have someone who loves you for who you are. You don't need to act a certain way to attract a certain person. All you need to do is make sure you have good hygiene, at least. You present yourself in the most amazing, gorgeous ways you can, and you just be yourself. That's it. Maintain your manners, be honest, have loyalty, present yourself in a very beautiful way, but just be yourself overall. If you feel like, yeah, I have really quirky humor, then just be like, yeah, I have quirky humor. Like, show your quirky humor. If you're a very intelligent person, you kind of consider yourself a bookworm, go on about the things that you read recently, ask them if they enjoy reading. Like, you don't have to dim yourself down just to impress someone. Like, if a guy says, oh, some girls have taken advantage of me, they're gold diggers, they use me for money, so you may feel like, oh, this person is used to meeting gold diggers, I know, I'll pay for his meal so that I don't come off as a gold digger. No, if he wants to take you out and he wants to pay for your meal, let him pay for your meal. It doesn't make you a gold digger if someone's asked you to do something and you're accepting their help. Why not? But your good character and your good heart should be able to be seen through everything you do. So you just need to be yourself, and you need to put yourself out there, and the right person will appreciate that. We also have you're not alone, isolation, physical connection, community. You may feel like, am I the only one struggling in love? Am I the only one just not being with people, or my love life is just in shambles? Or am I the only person experiencing this? Spirit is saying you're not the only one. There are lots of people going through this, but you also have friends. Turn to them, hang out with them, explore with them. It's okay. Like, I always believe, this is just my personal opinion, I always believe that when you're single, it's not a time to go searching for people. I feel like when you're single, you should enjoy that status, because once you're not single, the dynamics of how you live your life change. You now have to compromise with somebody. You now have to put somebody's emotions as a priority. You now have to make room for somebody to fit into your schedule. It's like your life is not the same anymore. I'm not gonna lie, there's more inconvenience. It would be worth it for the right person, but there's a lot of sacrifices that are needed. So instead of trying to find someone, why don't you enjoy the time that you have being single? Because you're gonna look back and you're gonna miss it. You're going to miss the independence of doing whatever you wanted and not having to worry about how somebody reacts to it. You're going to miss going out and not having to give it a second thought. You're going to miss doing a lot of things. So enjoy being single. Spend time with your friends, because once you're in a relationship, it's going to be harder to even schedule time in for friends, especially if you have children, So yeah, enjoy your space, enjoy your independence, so that when you do fall in love, you know it's going to happen and it's at the right time and you're ready for it because you enjoyed it. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have soul gifts, training. It's time to step up. I feel like everything you're going through is preparing you for something even greater. If you feel like, oh, I want to get married, but it's just not working out for me, I'm just not attracting people, it's just not working out, sorry, that's a bit dramatic. You are slowly growing into the person that you're supposed to be. And that's what these experiences teaches you. Like, who I was before, all the connections I went through, I was a pushover. I was someone you can just step on and mud on. I did not speak up for myself. If something bothered me, I would ignore it. I would put my whole life in the back burner for other people. If I had dreams, goals, and aspirations, I'd always put them last for everybody else. I always just treat myself like shit. I didn't even know what self-love was. I didn't even nurture my friendships because I was so obsessed with my relationships. But then when those relationships end, who do you cry to? Your friends. You know, so don't abandon people. Really make use of the experiences you've gone through, okay? What advice do you have for Pisces? We have take a breather. Okay, so some of you could be working overtime. You guys could be feeling a lot tired lately. It's okay. You can take a break. You can take a rest and resume whenever you have the energy to. We have clean up your mess. So maybe you may have, for some of you, you may have some loose ends to tie in regards to ending a situation. Even if it means blocking people. I don't know why. I'm not shading you guys, but in my personal life, I don't know many people who are like me. Like with me, once you've done some disrespectful shit and you've hurt me, you're not even allowed to have access to what I'm doing in my life. So block. And so many people don't want to block people from their past. And that is why you end up in these situations that are situationships. Like people don't know when to let go. Someone has disrespected you. Someone's made it clear they don't give a fuck about you. Why do you want them in your life now? What are you trying to prove? You know? And with me, I just disappear without warning. I'm like, you don't deserve an explanation. Like, why do you need an explanation as to why I need you in my, why I'm leaving your life? You were horrible to me. You don't apologize. You don't give a shit. Bye. You know, I just end up blocking. But not many people think like that. Many people want to hold space for this person. And this could be pertaining to clean up the mess. Maybe you feel like, oh, maybe I should hold space. We should have some closure. Closure is a fucking scam. You don't need closure. You don't need closure. Like if I got shot in the face, I didn't have any closure to wish everyone goodbye. I didn't get to do a speech to let everyone know, hi, I'm dying. Like sometimes you just disappear. You don't always need closure in life. Sometimes that closure is just another word for saying, I just want to see you again so that I can convince you to not end our relationship. You know, like you don't need closure. You just need to end it. You know, so I feel like some of you may be feeling like, oh, I need to tie up some loose ends and clear things up. I mean, you can do that if it helps you, but me personally, I feel like it's counterproductive. Okay. But I feel like this is also pertaining to your life. So you may be feeling, I want love, I want this, I want that, I want this person, but you need to be thinking, are you ready for that? Are you ready to change up your schedule? Are you ready to put somebody else's feelings before your own? Are you ready to really compromise? Are you ready to give up the certain privileges that you have when you're single? Are you ready to give them up? Are you ready for that lifestyle? If you are, then cool. But if you're not, then these are the things you need to clean up. Okay? There's still more to learn about yourself. God timing is the best timing, right? We have take no offense. So when people are not giving you what you want, or you feel like, oh, I'm single, why are people rejecting me? Why is no one wifing me up? Why is no one husbanding me up? I don't know if that's a word. We're making it a word on this channel. Why is nobody taking me seriously, basically? Well, I just want to get married. I just want to be with the one. Why is no one taking me seriously? Don't take offense to that. Rejection is protection. Sometimes you don't even know what you're being protected from. You may feel like, oh, I want this person. They're rich, they're gorgeous, they're beautiful, they're handsome, they're this, they're that, they have so much to offer. But you don't know what you're being protected from. This person could have inner demons. This person could carry around really great, heavy karma. That if you continue to be in this person's energy, you're going to reap that bad karma too. Like, you don't know. You don't know what this person has. So rejection is protection in many cases. So be grateful when things don't work out with someone, because you don't know how it could have panned out. It's like when I was younger, when I was like, 21, 22, I got engaged to this guy. We were really in love, madly in love. Our relationship was bliss. And then we got into an argument, and then suddenly the engagement was called off. And I like this guy because he never cheated on me. He's the only guy who has been loyal to me, and he made me feel like a queen. But then he became very insecure, and he became very arrogant out of nowhere, and he started to crave attention from anyone and everyone, and he just changed up. So it made me feel like if I stayed in that relationship, I would have gotten cheated on. Because I remember even saying like, oh, I've already been to Turkey. Turkey was amazing, but as a black woman, everyone kind of stares at you and asks for pictures. I mean, it's not out of racism. They're probably admiring black people because they don't really see them as often, so they're just a compliment. It's a compliment. I don't take it offensively, but I just don't like being stared at, so I don't really want to go there again. But with my ex, he was just like, oh, I want to go to Turkey. And I'm like, oh, I said to him, maybe you can go with your friends, so you get to enjoy it. I don't want you to miss out on something like that. And then I jokingly said to him, oh, but you better not cheat on me. Turkish women are very beautiful. And then he goes, why would I cheat on you? And I thought he was going to say, why would I cheat on you? I love you. But he said, why would I cheat on you? No other woman wants me. Can you imagine? That's basically saying, I'm loyal to you because no one else wants me. Kind of made the dynamics in our relationship shift. So it kind of made me realize that, wow, so I'm basically dating the loser here. And if this person was to get the opportunity to cheat or have someone better, they would take that opportunity. So when we broke up, it made me realize that I'm being protected from something that could have happened. Like, I'm being protected from potentially being cheated on, And our relationship was very, very short. We were friends for 5 years. Then we suddenly developed a crush on each other for 4 months. And then we got into a relationship. And we didn't even get into a relationship. We went straight to engagement. Like, his confession of feelings was, will you be my wife? And then we met each other's families. We exchanged rings. We had a whole ceremony, engagement party. And just under the space of 10 months. This was like a quarantine love, right? And then when things ended, I was so sad because I'm like, how do you make a big commitment like to marry someone and then just end it over like an argument? But then I looked back and I'm like, if I had stayed in this relationship, I probably would have been cheated on. Honestly, I probably would not have, I would have found out the hard way. This person would have broken my heart. And I don't know how I would have done that. My heart broke in that relationship just from it ending. I didn't know what could have awaited me. I could have been cheated on. And that's the biggest form of betrayal for me. So sometimes when things are not working out and you're not getting the person you want, you don't know what you're being protected from. Trust me. Okay, we have give more. So I feel like you need to give yourself more credit. I don't see it as you need to give more to other people, but I feel like you need to give more to yourself. You need to feel like, you know what, you're worthy of love. Put yourself out there. Talk to people a little. Don't sell yourself short. Don't latch on to the first thing or person that kind of talks to you, Like, really familiarize yourself with other people, but give more to yourself. Yeah. I don't know if this was you guys' advice or if this was... Have I used these cards? Okay. What advice do you have for Pisces? In the near future, abundance. Oh, you guys are going to be upgrading in your finances. And we have yes. So whatever you had in mind, if you were hoping for something, this is a confirmation of whatever you had in mind is coming to fruition. And we also have get more information. So yeah, before making big decisions, you're being advised to get more information. Even if it means getting to know someone, get more information. What love advice do you have for Pisces? I'm a Pisces. Let your friends help you. Pisces, I'm getting that for some of you, you have friends that really give you good advice, but you may not always take it, or you do take it, but you find yourself slipping into back patterns. So you're being advised to take advice and stand by that advice, or else your friends are going to get so annoyed with you constantly asking for the same advice and not taking it. We also have very soon. Decide what you want so it can come to you very soon. If you feel like, yeah, I want a partnership, but I want this person to have these qualities and this quality and that quality, then you need to be firm. You need to maybe script write in your notebooks of what you look for in a person and envision that kind of person for you. Okay, that's how you're going to attract that person. And we also have worth waiting in reverse. Why do I know a Pisces who's acting this way at this current time? Divine timing. God's timing. I actually remember telling one of my friends that you'll be with someone at the right time. Don't rush the process. They're like, nah, I'm trying to get wife now, But you're being advised to just wait. But you're impatient, Pisces. Not all of you Pisces, but some of you Pisces could be very impatient. True love is worth the wait. I don't know about you. Let me ask you something. Would you rather be in a relationship with somebody and would you rather have multiple dating stages, talking stages, relationships, like 50 relationships, for example, just exaggerating here, that are failed and are not going to end up in marriage and not going to end up with children, and you're just there wasting time because you don't want to be alone? Or 5 divorces? Or would you rather stay single, focus on yourself, invest in yourself, be happy for other people getting married around you, be happy for people being in a relationship with you, and then finally, when you're ready to find the one, because you took your time and you really observed people's characters, you wanted someone with great character instead of somebody who just looks good on your arm or has a great fat wallet. You finally met the one after 20 years, but that's your first and only marriage and it survives until you die. What would you have? 5 divorces and then you end up alone? Or would you rather have one marriage that ended up successfully because you took your time and you really wanted to know the person inside and out, especially if you don't have kids, right? Because that shit is hard. Once you have kids, it's like, ugh, in some cases, you're glued to the person. So you decide what you want, but we have trust. I don't think this is trust in others. I feel like you need to develop trust in God. Okay, if you feel like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna happen for me, it's gonna happen for you. Why do you feel like it's not gonna happen for you? People be like, oh, my biological clock is ticking. Do you believe in God? If you believe in God, you believe in miracles. Anything can happen. There are women having children in their 40s now. It's nothing now. Okay, and where I come from, where my parents are from, descendants of Uganda, it's common for women to have kids in their 40s, maybe even 50s. It's just a phenomenon in the West, right? But people be having kids late anyway, and they have multiple kids throughout the years. So you're good, okay? You're good. Trust in God's timing is the best timing. Okay, we do have this turquoise stone. I forgot the properties and the benefits of the stone, if I'm going to be honest with you. But this makes me think of Pisces. You may marry a fellow Pisces, but you're also being asked to follow your intuition and follow your, what's the word? I forgot what I was thinking, but yeah, follow your intuition. I feel like you're going to marry someone who's also very spiritual, just like you, out of this world. Okay, you're going to marry someone who you have similar beliefs to. Okay, you're obviously going to have children. If you've been thinking, will I even have children one day? It is in the cards for you. Yeah, this is going to come with great change. I do feel like by the time you end up with the person you're supposed to settle down with, you'll be a totally different person. The person you marry could start with N. N and M and Y have been coming up a lot. I think only Scorpio got A, but yeah. And we have the Eye of Horus. So you guys are very much protected. Whenever things don't work out, you may be quick to cry about it. You may be quick to say, why me? What did I do to deserve this? All I wanted was love. But you don't realize that you're actually being protected from a lot of bullshit. Because I feel like the people that you deal with, they have skeletons in their closet. They have a lot of shit going on in their life and they're hiding it from you. And with time, you will discover why you were being protected from such people. But you'll be too busy with your new spouse, not giving a fuck. But that's all I'm getting. Career didn't really come out for Pisces. I was hoping career or other aspects of people's life, because I was doing a Capricorn reading and somebody was trying to say to me about like, do Pisces. My dad is a Pisces. I don't believe in what you're saying. Do Pisces. But whatever messages come out, messages come out. I'm not really responsible for what comes out. I don't really tell the cards like, oh, the Two of Cups better come out, like whatever happens, happens. I don't choose it. So that's all I got for you, Pisces.